SABC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Brandon Medina, Quinn Hudson, the Fantasy Gods.
Good morning, San Antonio. Welcome to the Fantasy Gods. I am Quinn Hudson with my man, James Pledger, filling in for Brandon Big Poppy Medina. What's up?
What is up, Quinn?
Man.
How you doing, my dude?
Sunday fun day, baby.
I'm ready. The game of the week, of the month, of the year, of the season is here.
We want it. We need it. It's exciting. Cowboys, Chiefs, a lot of matchups, a lot of people out. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to lead you all the way up into kickoff and then take you a little bit further. We're on for today from 11 to 1. We also got my man Edwin Hafner doing his thing on producing the show. If you are listening live on our Facebook Live page, we're looking for it to be interactive. So go ahead and send in your fantasy picks. We're going to go through fantasy lineup changes. There's a lot to unpack here today. A lot of people out of the lineup, last minute changes. We're going to talk about top picks today. We're going to go through a lot of things. We're going to talk Thanksgiving too. We're going to talk about who's out. But before we go out, talk about who's out. I already mentioned Brandon Big Poppy Medina is out. But man, James, you were supposed to be here today. I'm glad you made it, but you almost weren't here either.
I mean, there's no doubt I wasn't going to be here.
It's
just there was things happening that, you know.
You was out there. You get a lot going on a Saturday.
I did, and it was cool, and I'm happy about it. But at the same time, I'm also wouldn't mind still being asleep right now.
Right. So understandably so. So in the congratulatory fashion for the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners doing their thing with victory, you were at that game live, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But the party didn't stop after the game, right?
No. Rarely does it ever when you go hang out with Jason Minix.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, me, Rudy J, Jason went to the game. I'm in a battle with Rudy because before I can even get my ticket and walk through the door, they're down 7-0.
Oh, man.
And as we walk in, he looks at the score and goes, "Get out."
And walks Pleasure.
Like, I'm already getting tasked with being the jinx. I'm like, I'm not leaving.
No.
So they'd score, and I'd just look at Rudy and, give him the one finger salute and be like, "Ha ha."
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And UAB would score and take the lead, and he'd look at me like, "You gotta go."
So you're like the opposite of a rabbit's foot at this point in his eyes.
I guess it was a good back and forth game, but I wasn't leaving. So I was gonna ride this out and prove that I wasn't the jinx.
Yeah, Hunter Hitch mentions right here on our Facebook Live page that the game was lit. It was so much fun for people who were there.
35,147, I believe, was the announced attendance last night.
I wasn't there, but what I saw on the TV, I actually was surprised. And looking at it, it did not look like it was full, particularly in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I don't want to go in on UTSA fan. I don't. But my mind, and there's always a but.
Yes.
There's always a but. But UTSA fan, like, maybe stick it out to the end.
Could it be that the UTSA faithful were there and it was the periphery of San Antonio bandwagon hopping just to be supportive that really weren't about it to the end?
Oh no, there were still like people in the stands and we're having a good time once it happened, but there was a good part of that 35,000 that started making their way towards the exit when they didn't convert the fourth down with about 1:58 remaining in UAB territory.
Yep.
That came up inches short, even though, and there are a couple of things that happened with this, right? So the series at the end is UTSA is down by 4, so they need a touchdown. Third down, there is this phenomenal catch on the sideline. Ruled an incompletion. Looks like he drags his feet. They go to video replay because, they can. And they come away with ruling on the field stance. Incomplete catch. Incomplete pass. Looking at the replay, Both feet were in. That was Sunday good.
Right.
Where I will give them credit because I have yet to see a replay like on TV of the catch, of the game, of any of that. And my only thought process at that point is, did he maintain control through the ground? And Jeff Traylor joins tomorrow morning with R&R in the morning at 9 and Jason Minix at 6 on the blitz. So I'm hoping we can ask that question, like, because they came over and were explaining it to Jeff Traylor because he did not look happy about it either. So that brought up 4th down. And so he was just short, right? And David Avichiera says that he was on the 25-yard line. Yeah, me too. I was on the other 25-yard line from where the big play happened. But so what we're doing is 4th down. Looks like the DB comes through the receiver, and the receiver makes the catch regardless. But no flag, 4th down, inches short. UAB takes over the ball, under 2 minutes remaining into the game.
Oh, man. Drama.
Bunch of people get up, start making their way towards the exits.
It's over, as it appears.
My brain, I'm doing math in my head already.
You got a little Rain Man in you, though. You're a little different.
I turn to Rudy J, and I go, about 1:10. And he looks at me like, kind of with the eyebrow raised. It's like they can get the ball back with about 1:10. That's just because 2 timeouts. Yep. So run, timeout, run, let the clock run all the way down.
All right. So you played out the worst case scenario that this is chance. They still got a chance.
4th and inches. And they're lining up to go for it. At that point, I'm thinking it's over. Because I didn't think that you were going to stop a 4th and inches play at that point. I just didn't. They just ran the clock down, took it all the way to 0, took the penalty, went back 5 yards and putted it away.
They're probably regretting that.
They should, because at that point, UTSA gets the ball back with about 1:07.
You would have won both showcases on Price is Right with that prediction.
I'm already thinking, I was like, all right, you need one shot play early. You need one shot play before the 30 seconds come off the clock. They get their first big shot play, tight end, in between the safety and the linebacker, right up the seam. Boom, they're already up to the 50-yard line. They get another big play down the sideline to 88. Amazing grab on the sideline. Fantastic. Couple plays later, they made it like 10 yards. So you're sitting at that point with 9 seconds left. No timeouts on the 2-yard line. Rudy J turns to me and looks and goes, "You run in here?" No. You're out of timeouts. If you run it and don't get it, you're done.
Even with the confidence that you have with that backfield.
Sincere McCormick, I love it. I love it. But you don't put yourself in that position to where it can end when you can give yourself multiple stabs.
Gotcha.
Run is the last scenario. Like maybe on 4th down or with 2 seconds left. Like, sure. Yeah, at that point, it's the last play. Try and catch them off guard. Maybe.
Goes, yes.
But if I've got 9 seconds, I know I've at least got 3 plays there. Went.
Rob Spencer says,
yes, sir.
You do kind of resemble from dodgeball.
So 2-yard line, 1st down, incomplete. Throws it away. All of a sudden, 2nd down, 7 seconds left. Ball is snapped low. Frank has to pick it up off the turf by his feet. Does a sprint out to the left. Sees a tight end get behind everybody. Lofts it up. The linebacker gets a hand on it and disrupts the ball.
Absolutely makes a play.
Still comes down with it with 3 seconds left. UTSA takes the lead 33-31.
And the crowd goes
nuts.
It's
whatever
insane.
was left in the building went nuts.
Right. It made it worth everybody who stayed. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Now, by the end of the like this morning, we're gonna wake up and about 100,000 people were probably in that dome, and all of them stayed till the bitter end.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna say they heard it from their car and were informed that the game they were at, they actually turned it around and won the game.
But San Antonio, if you were one of the ones that got up and left the game last night, I'm not going to go in on you. I'm not. because my brain just immediately started trying to do math to figure out what time was left.
Right. But
Just be better.
if you're walking out,
Just be better.
that's it. I mean,
That's
right,
all I'm asking. I'm
what is-
not going in on you. I'm not degrading anybody because there was a little bit of air that left all of the building at that point.
Mhm.
Just be better. That's all I'm saying.
Stephen Canto is one who said he stayed.
Yeah. Captain Cool, I believe you. Captain Cool, I believe that you stayed.
Yes.
Like he stayed through the Bender End to Commanders games. Like I believe Stephen Canto stayed.
Right. And so it'll be the people that we don't know who also stayed as well.
Mhm.
But congratulations to the Roadrunners and what continues to be a season of destiny of greatness.
Season of destiny of greatness. One more game on the docket, North Texas, then home to host the Conference USA title game, baby.
And they're going to pack the house again.
Pack the dome. I went to Pinkerton's afterwards.
Oh, so
met
you-
Coach Trailer while I was out there.
Oh, so you ate well.
I ate well.
Oh, man.
I ate well.
Now, wait. You went to Pinkerton's, but then I'm hearing you guys were out there looking for food last night. How does that work?
Well, remember, the game ended at like 6.
Oh, that's right. That's early. That's early evening.
So at about 3 o'clock in the morning, I got hungry
Yeah,
again.
pleasure hours. In the pleasure hours, okay.
I got hungry again, and I met up with our friend Quattro,
Oh, yes.
Jimenez,
Okay. Michael Jimenez.
our buddy Jeff Garcia from
Jeff-
Locked On Spurs.
We love the
He's
guy.
in town.
Nice.
So it was his birthday last night. We went out and celebrated a little bit.
Awesome.
It was fun. I got there late because after the game had another thing with some friends I had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take that news probably as good as I should have.
Gotcha. A little heartfelt.
A little heartfelt. And
Yeah.
like I was like, I'm happy for you, but
But yeah.
it was a lot like San Antonio fans. Like, I'm proud of you, San Antonio, but be better.
That's right. No doubt about it. So you're out there. You were telling me now, listen, it's been a while since I was in them streets like that. But I know back in the day, the
after scene was it.
absolutely. We went to places. People, the after club, when the club, after the show, the party, we still went. And
After
ate.
the party, it was the hotel lobby.
It was that, or in our world, it was Chacho's or Taco Cabana or Las Palapas.
So I'm gonna read this straight from Michael Jimenez's own Twitter account
All right.
because he's got a picture of us. It's 1:30 a.m. at Jeff G Spurs Zone and at I Am Pleasure decide to get something to eat. First of all, that's false. It's probably about 2:30.
Okay, so he's massaging it a little
He's
bit.
massaged it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe the wifey's looking at it. I
There
don't
you
know. Calls Me Tierra's website says it's closed. Nobody answers.
Mm,
I thought Me Tierra's was 24 hour.
I thought it was too. I know for a fact I've been at Mitieras after last call.
Going to Mama Margie's on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
Dining area is closed. Drive through only.
Mm-hmm.
All right, screw it. Let's go to Chacho's. Closed.
Chacho's closes?
Las Palapas. Drive through only.
Is that what they're doing in these streets?
Denny's it was.
So you ended up at Denny's.
I'm not mad about it though because I love the style of hash brown that they do, the shredded, the get crispy. Like I love those hash browns.
Okay, so obviously things are not all back to normal.
I mean, it's not like the other night when Jimenez stopped at Taco Bell on the way home, and he should probably have his West Side card taken away.
Yeah,
for
that's pretty bad. I mean, to me, nothing's open if Taco Bell is their only option, as far as I'm concerned.
You're
But-
not wrong.
But there was a time when seemed like everything was open. You always had food options.
There were
other than
options.
the Whataburger long line, right?
Yeah.
There were still options out there. Now it sounds like it's like the Book of Eli when you guys leave the
I mean,
club.
it felt a little bit like it.
It's
There's a lot of Uber fees that you're paying when you're trying to find a place that's open over and over and over again.
oh man. Well, then at least y'all found something. You end up getting a Denny's meal and still in celebration mode, and you made it here
I
today
did.
on the Fantasy Guide.
I got
So
home
we're
at 5.
5:00, man. So that means the party still ain't stopped because you here in the studio, and we're gonna ride it all the way to 1:00 today. We're gonna have fun.
Oh man, no noon Cowboy game.
Hey, no noon, baby. This
God.
is the game of the week. got the featured game, which is going to be at kickoff is at 3:25. The Dallas Cowboys. By the way,
isn't there like a Bears game we can put on or something?
Oh yeah, Rudy J is probably hoping for that. Thankfully, it's on Monday night. Otherwise, the show would be only a half an hour. But also,
David Echeverra's right, dude.
Tailgate. They say it's the
tailgate
reals.
game was bomb.
That
was my first. It was my first game. It was my first UTSA game this year. It was my first tailgate experience with UTSA. Well done, San Antonio. Well done, UTSA. I am gonna give you a round of applause. That was bomb. I stopped by C4. I saw John Dyer.
Nice.
I stopped by B2. Went to Augie's bus.
Man. Yeah, you did
I went
well.
to the Birds Up tailgate section.
You were like living like a Viking yesterday, man. That's good eats. I heard there's a lot of generosity. By the way, I know some people go to tailgates even when they haven't gone to the game because the tailgate's off the chain.
The tailgate is off the chain. I had a great time at that tailgate. That is big boy stuff. San Antonio, you should be proud of yourselves
already. And Hunter Hitch mentioned that he was going to leave and his girlfriend said, no, it's not over.
It's not over.
That's a keeper right there, Hunter, by the way. If you got a lady that say, baby, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to see this till the buzzer sounds.
Like me, she did the math in her head. She had a clue.
That's right. She understood the assignment. That's what is up. Well, you are listening to the Fantasy Gods. We're going to be going from 11 to 1 o'clock today. Again, if you're on Twitter, I am at Quinn Hudson, and he is my man Pleasure at I Am Pleasure. And again, we're going to have fun all the way through today. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
America's Diamond offers our 5-year, 60-month financing program every day of the year. You don't have to wait for a sale to get 5-year financing with credit approval, or wait for a sale to get our guaranteed America's Diamond price, because we treat everyone fairly and with respect every day of the year. For almost 40 years, we have designed and created our extraordinary diamond jewelry right here in San Antonio. When you buy at America's Diamond, your money stays in San Antonio. Our whole company is located here and locally owned. Our kids and grandkids go to school here. All 40 of our coworkers live and shop in San Antonio for everything. Through the years, America's Diamond has supported thousands of wonderful charity events in San Antonio. We're the official jeweler of the San Antonio Spurs and of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics. See our television program about diamonds and jewelry tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or see it right now at americasdiamond.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
Hi, my name is Ted, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Shake is when the peppermint shake is available, that's to me sort of announces that the holiday season is here. I guess most people count down the days until Christmas, but me, I count down the days until the shake comes out.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is that first sip, when you taste the peppermint chip pieces, it's like catching snowflakes on your tongue.
Share a peppermint chip milkshake from Chick-fil-A this holiday. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hi, I'm Harry Anderson. For a good, uncomplicated way to exercise, take a walk. At any age, walking is one of the best ways to keep your heart fit and your joints limber, without the injuries that jogging or some aerobics can cause. Ask your shoe salesman for a shoe that's designed for walking. And ask your doctor to help you plan an exercise walking program that's right for you. Soon, you'll be on the road to better health.
A message from the Will Rogers Institute, wrinstitute.org. Kathy Ireland for the Will Rogers Institute.
Are you worried that your kids aren't spending enough time being physically active? The best fitness is family activity. Ride bikes, play soccer, or just take a walk through the neighborhood. The important thing is to get your children moving with you. For more information on family activities and fitness, call the Will Rogers Institute.
Call toll-free 877-957-7575 or visit wrinstitute.org and find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, yeah. You listening to The fantasy gods is
Lil
every.
Pac ain't never bad.
Hey, man, you can't do wrong with that on a Sunday. Thank you for all tuning in. Every Sunday, we're on from 11 to 1. I'm Quinn Hudson. I'm here with my man, James Pledger. We're going to have some fun. So now, if you got your fantasy lineups, you might be scrambling because as they continue to update us with who's in and who's out, the big notable of who's out is Lamar Jackson.
Yep, I had to make that change myself.
Man, so.
By the way, I want to take 1 second
Yep.
to formally say I'm going to whoop that ass, Quinn. I'm gonna whoop that ass.
What is this in referring? What are you referring to?
SA Sports Star League.
Oh, is that
the
what
mighty
it is?
Quinfinity Stone is under attack?
Oh, so you feel like that's what you got today? That's all right, man.
Oh, it ain't a feel. Have you looked at the lineups?
You know
that ain't a feel.
I have not looked at the matchups of who I'm going against, but I have no problem with doing that.
This is a guaranteed ass whooping. Look at that lineup.
Oh man, let's see what we got going on. Okay, so you're already out the gate from Thursday.
Yeah, New England defense.
Well, wait a minute. I got Cleveland against Detroit. I think we're gonna be okay. I got the Cleveland defense going against Detroit.
All right,
right. Jared Goff is not even playing.
I know.
So I'm okay with that in that slot. I mean, if we walk down this thing, you might be in trouble. I got Aaron Rodgers. Who you taking quarterback? Herbert or Aaron Rodgers today?
Rodgers is playing against
Minnesota, who he owns.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
You got Herbert going against a stingy Pittsburgh defense.
And I mean, has it been stingy lately?
No, it really hasn't. That's a myth.
I know what you're trying to talk up.
I'm trying to
but
tell
I would take Aaron in that situation.
Mixon, I got Mixon against your Harris. That might be a push. You think?
Yep. Yeah.
Now, obviously, my Atlanta running
back.
Keep
going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so I got.
No. What are you glossing over there?
Mike Davis is probably a disadvantage against. Against Jonathan Taylor. That's a mismatch.
Is that a little bit of a mismatch?
That's a mismatch. All right. But now we got Chase against Evans.
I love me some Jamar Chase.
Okay, so you don't know right now. We don't know if Gronkowski's going to play. Godwin's playing hurt. So Evans might be the target
monster, baby.
So I could see.
We know Antonio Brown's already out. Him and his fake vax card.
Oh yeah, Antonio, air quotes, vaccinated player that he's
immunized.
Yeah, right now you just don't know. By the way, Lamar Jackson's not the only one out. Jared Goff, as we mentioned, is also out. Kyler Murray is still up in the air.
Up in the air.
He might still play. But people who we know are out. Alvin Kamara. Is out today. The Cowboys, as we've talked about this week, Amari Cooper is out.
Amari Cooper. Another thing.
Yep.
Just this morning it was announced Tyron Smith is out.
Okay.
Changes the running game a little bit. Changes the passing game a little bit.
I'm a little triggered when you say Tyron Smith. I personally feel like we should just only talk about him when he's in.
And as we talked about yesterday during the blitz.
Yes.
New left guard too.
So again, we're going to have the offensive line shuffle. We don't really know what that's going to look like until game time, right? We don't know if that affects the running game or the passing.
I think we've got a good idea. It's going to be left tackle filling in for Tyron Smith is going to be Terrence Steele.
Okay.
Book it.
So this is going to be week 3 of Terrence Steele there.
Yeah. And he looked better last week after making the switch over to left.
Right.
Game 1 was rough.
It was rough.
He looked better in week 2.
Understandably so. First time out there on the left tackle.
Week 2 looked better.
Yes.
Now, third weekend now.
Right. So now you're going to get it. And this is the part that this is really about today's featured game before we walk on through the injuries. It is important for the Cowboys defense to keep this game in check, because if it comes to track meet and Dak and we're on pass happy offense where the Kansas City defense is teeing off, that's going to put that kind of stress on the offensive line.
And that defense has been playing a lot better since they've acquired Melvin Ingram.
Yes.
In that trade. So now you got Ingram, Frank Clark, and Chris Jones all on that defensive line, all creating pressure right now.
Man, so and you think about that, that's what's going on with that defense. That game, I'm not saying I'm scared of this game, but I do believe we've got Kansas City at the
appropriate fear.
Yeah, they've got Kansas City at the time where they're actually back on track, as most people predicted. I predicted the Chiefs and the Rams in the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season, and so I think this is going to be a showdown of great proportions of this game. I mentioned Lamar Jackson's out, but he's not the only one out on the Ravens.
Nope.
Marquise Brown is also out.
Hollywood had to make a quick move and flip that around when I woke up this morning. Also, some good news for some of y'all. James Robinson is in.
He's in.
James Robinson in.
Man, I was kind of excited about
Latavius Murray is back.
Okay, so that's a good bring him back in. All right. A big one in Carolina. First start. A Cam Newton sighting.
We got Cam.
Do we got Cam 2021 Cam? Or is this Cam of old?
Does Cam help to replenish the value that had fallen off the table since early in the season of DJ Moore?
I say yes, because I believe Cam Newton can do with DJ Moore what he did when he had Steven Smith. I felt Steve Smith was that type of receiver that was could get the ball in space, give him the ball, broken play kind of receiver that can take the ball and runs after catch. I like DJ Moore more than I like going with Anderson this week if I don't have a better option. I think DJ Moore will benefit more with Cam Newton being behind the helm other than Sam Darnold. What do you think?
I think DJ Moore recoups some of his value. Yeah. I want to see what Brady does or what Newton does with Moore. I want to see what CMC does for that. CMC had a nice game back in his first game. First game backs are always tricky. Look at Aaron Rodgers' first game back from COVID.
Yes.
Look at Russ Wilson, first game back from the finger surgery. James Condor on our YouTube live feed says, can we trust CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, today in his first game back with that offense doing well with Darrell Williams as the #1 running back?
I say yes. I absolutely. If you've got him on your team, and you've obviously been waiting for him to return, I'm placing him in this lineup. Of course, as a Cowboy fan, I'm not happy to see this. And we know I feel triggered when I think about the Denver game, but I do believe Kansas City's goal is not to make this a track meet. It is to have more of a ball control. I think they know they can exploit the Dallas defense with running game. And I think you're going to see balance from the Kansas City offense today, and that means both running backs are going to get touches.
And this is going to be my question when it comes to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. What are your other options? Do you need Clyde Edwards-Helaire in?
Right.
Or have you been just fine without him? If that's the case, maybe I give him a week to get his feet under him, because as we've seen, first game backs haven't gone well for a lot of players.
No, they haven't.
I think Christian McCaffrey had a decent first game back. It wasn't great, but 17 points, something like that. He had like 60 yards rushing and probably another 70 receiving, some catches. So he had a good game back. It wasn't a great game back, right? So I kind of like Moore, though. I think Moore can have a resurgence with Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about what the receiving core. I think the skill players on Carolina are going to do well. Here's my take, though, about as far as the Cowboy game goes.
Okay.
I believe the Cowboys have been given chunk plays every week, even in victory. They've given up chunk plays, whether you're talking about against Minnesota or they've been doing it all the way back there. Yeah, Tampa Bay. They've been giving up chunk plays, and Diggs, to his credit, he's aggressive. He makes plays. He takes chances.
It's going to be exploited.
But he definitely gets exploited. And I feel like the Cowboys are going to try to reduce the chunk plays. By doing that means they are not going to put as many in the box. And that's why I believe Pat Mahomes is going to go up there. And you see what has made him more effective? He's making the smarter read. So if he walks up to the line,
what's given to him underneath.
Exactly. So I think you're going to see the Kansas City Chiefs call into run plays when they see that they don't have enough people in the box.
And it's not just the run plays, because people get a misconception with Andy Reid about run plays. And
that he doesn't like to run.
And he doesn't, to be fair. Like, let's be honest about it. He doesn't.
Right.
He'd prefer to throw it 50 times than to run it 30.
Right.
That's just who Andy Reid is as a person. But you can't look at runs equally with the Kansas City Chiefs. those flip outs to Tyreek Hill behind the line of scrimmage. That's an extension of the run game for Kansas City. The dump offs to Darrell Williams that they've been doing that he thrived in against Las Vegas. That counts as a run play for Kansas City. You have to think of those in terms of rushing plays for Kansas City, because when they check down and take what's underneath, that is their version of the run game.
True.
Screens, passes behind the line of scrimmage, and dump offs to the backs. Those, you have to consider that like runs for Kansas City, because that's how they treat them.
That's true. Yeah, and that's a great call out. And I think that's the reason for me why I would put him in the lineup for that very reason, because I do think Kansas City is going to do just as you described. Now, if you've got questions with your fantasy, we got 30 minutes before kickoff. There's a lot of people out. You know, we used to say who's injured, who's the opponent, but now we got to talk about COVID. Are they vaccinated COVID? They're gonna be back next week. They're gonna be out for 2 weeks.
Well, in the case of Amari Cooper, it looks like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So he's gonna miss.
Well, not 2 weeks, but 2 games, because they have this short Sunday to Thursday turnaround because of Thanksgiving.
And if you're not vaccinated, you have a mandatory 10 days that you've got to be out, which takes him out for Sunday and Thursday. We're not going to judge him, but we're going to judge him. So that's what it is, man. You know, the bottom line is, if you're, the best availability is availability, and he's not. But the Cowboys have enough weapons on there. Who do you think will benefit most on the Cowboys? Michael Gallup. You think he's going to be the bell cow?
I think he's going to be the
CeeDee
dude.
Lamb.
I think CD is going to be the focal point that they're going to try and take away. This is where Michael Gallup gets to have his coming out party. Plus, Michael Gallup's likely going to be on the number 2. I could see L'Jarius Sneed, what in my opinion is probably Kansas City's number 1 corner. I could see him spending most of his time on CD.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be interesting to see. And one of the things is Dak has been so good about is moving the ball where it's not. So he doesn't have to throw to any one particular receiver. He makes the right read. So I'm looking forward to seeing his maturation in this type of thing when teams are trying to dictate to him and he still kind of finds a way to move the ball up the field and move the sticks. It's going to be great. It's exciting.
It's gonna be a good game.
Oh man, good games today. We're gonna talk about some matchups too. I got pledge in here today. And by the way, Michael Jimenez, it's day 21 of your old Carnegie Sada bet. We are. Don't say I'm not counting the days. I'm counting the days. I bet you right now you're eating Mexican cuisine with family, so you could have got these.
I bet he's asleep.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot. That was in them streets at 1:30, as he put on his Twitter page. He put the hour. But yes. Well, yeah. So
holding up a newspaper with today's date on it.
Oh yeah, that's it. On this day at this time. Yeah, right, Michael.
Hey, honey.
The Kielbasa Bacon phone line is open right now. We want your questions of what you got. I bet you have some questions between lineups changes and all the mixes on there. You got some guys that are that been on the fence with. You need to get 10 points, 15 points. Let's talk about it. That's 656-3776. That's the 656 ESPN. Give us a call on that. We'll walk through those calls today. We're going to have fun. You are listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
Hi, welcome to Smoky Moe's.
At Smoky Moe's Barbecue, we smoke our meats fresh, in-house, each and every day. We think it makes all the difference in the quality of our moist, flavorful brisket and turkey, and the mouth-watering tenderness of our ribs and pork loin. Got a crowd? We've got group packs and full-service catering. Up early? We've got made-to-order breakfast tacos. Find your store at SmokyMoe'sBarbecue.com and come see us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Smoky Moe's Barbecue. The pit is lit.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code BILL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BILL for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code BILL.
Get some green cash, money, money, money when you bring us your old or used Kubota equipment. That's dinero in your pocket. Or trade in for a brand new Kubota compact tractor, Kubota construction equipment, or whatever else you might have on your Kubota wish list. Breaking up is hard to do, but we're talking green, baby, and a little holiday cash makes for some happy reindeer. So don't miss out on the Ewald Kubota Trade Orange for Green holiday cash offer going on now.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6. For lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game, get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
We're back. Sunday Fun Day. Fantasy Gods. I'm Quinn Hudson along with my man James Pleasure.
A little dead mouse to get you going in the morning.
That's it, man. See, man, we just get hit with all kinds of music. It's kind of cool though. I like the vibe. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I want. Like, I don't want a certain sound. I want a lot of vibes coming through the speakers.
We need that.
I want some Machine Gun Kelly. I want some Blink 182.
All
I want some Beastie
Tupac.
Boys. I want some Tupac. I want some Deadmau5. I want some Skrillex.
You see, and you know what? That's how I am. When I go to a bar and they've got like that little random jukebox on there, I don't care who's put it in there. Just drop some stuff that's gonna be a nice mix of different stuff that's gonna be flavor. We want flavor.
Just give me all of it.
That's it, man. And speaking of all of it, today we've got big games, big lineups. We've got matchups that are a little bit on the fence. And so when we're talking about spreads, when we're talking about spreads, now
I just laid a little something on a spread.
Go ahead, do share.
I feel pretty confident in the over for Kansas City and Dallas. I don't want to touch the game itself because I do feel like that's a pick'em game.
Gotcha. But you feel it's going to be close.
But I feel it's going to be an over.
Oh.
55.5.
Oh, so yeah. Okay, so you feel like they're going to put up points today.
Yeah.
I actually think it's not going to be a shootout that people think it's going to be. I do. I see both Dallas and Kansas City purposely trying to keep the ball out of the other potent offense's hands. And so you're going to see a much less risk taking and more moving the sticks. That's what I see in this game. But I could be wrong on this, but you already
we both could be.
We could be. We both put it down. Now, as far as games that I'm willing to go in on, I like Washington at Carolina.
Okay.
And they've got Carolina 3.5. I think Washington's going to win this game outright.
Oh, you're going to go money line.
I do. I feel like this is Washington's going to basically parlay their momentum from last week and what they did with Tampa Bay. I'm not convinced that we're going to get the Cam Newton of even Cam Newton in New England. I don't know what to expect in his first game back. But I do know he's going to be going against a Washington defense that seems to be trying to right the ship. And so I don't like Carolina against this game. I think Washington's going to win this game, and I don't think it's going to be close.
I like the Packers -1.
Ooh.
That is it almost feels like a sucker bet.
Yeah.
Like you're only giving up one to take the Packers.
Now, does that have anything to do with Aaron Rodgers' toe?
Probably a little bit to do with his toe.
Right.
It's something he's going to play through all year, though. And to this point, it hadn't really affected him too terrible.
True.
Last week, I think, was an aberration in terms of, his first game back from COVID. A lot of people, we've seen a lot of people come back first week of COVID and not look right.
I agree.
In their first game back.
It
We
really
are
is
now
unpredictable.
2 games back. I feel pretty comfortable that Aaron Rodgers is going to look closer to who he was before he went on the COVID list.
Gotcha. So, with him, you got Dillon at the running back.
I like me some A.J. Dillon.
A.J. Dillon is definitely that player. I feel like if you've got him in your lineup, but is there any receiver that you'd want on Green Bay? I don't think so.
Devontae Parker? Or Devontae Adams, I mean?
But, the thing is, Green Bay hasn't really been slinging the ball like that, right? He's not a wide receiver 1 this season, is he?
Yeah.
You think he is?
He's still a wide receiver.
You still go with
1.
him as your bell cow?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it depends who your others are, but more than likely, he is your number 1 receiver.
Nice. Oh, I thought
Yeah, I thought it was a
everyone
phone
was
call.
telling us something that was going on.
I thought he
there.
was going to be like, nah, Aaron Rodgers is a horrible plan.
Yeah, now
Don't ever start him.
What are you thinking? Wait, no way.
It's like, man, you're a Brewers fan. I thought you'd like
Edwin,
this.
I thought we got a reaction out of him, man.
I saw this look like I said something crazy, which maybe I did.
I know it, man. We turned like Friday, like, damn. Hey, we got Cincinnati at the Raiders. Tempting? It's almost like a pick 'em bet.
Yeah, that is another 1.5, I believe, was the line on that one.
Yeah.
I like Cincinnati to get right in that game
I do
because
too.
I think we're at the point where Oakland, like, they're about to unravel. Like everything that's happened, Gruden, Ruggs, getting their face bashed in by Kansas City last week. I think it's all just going to start spiraling out of control for them at some point because they've had to fight through a lot of adversity.
Yes.
And Cincinnati really needs this game. They've looked pedestrian the last couple of weeks after taking control of the NFC or AFC North. They need to get back right and get back near the top of that division.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Cincinnati in that game as well. Now, here's one I'm looking to tempt you with, Pledge. The Colts and the Bills. They got the Colts and the Bills.
What is that, 7.5?
Yeah, man. And I think I'm going to go with the Colts on this game.
I get it. I'm not money lining it, but I'd take 7 points.
Yeah.
I'd take 7 points. I know Buffalo, but Buffalo hasn't looked right the last few weeks either.
They
had that stinker against Jacksonville 2 weeks ago. They got on track-ish last week. Stephon Diggs went off finally, but even Josh Allen hasn't looked spectacular at times. Like in the last few weeks, he's been an okay quarterback.
Right.
He's been good, not great.
Right. And I see the Bills trying to.
And where you drafted Josh Allen, he needs to be great.
That is true because most people did believe he was going to be that Lamar Jackson-esque quarterback that was going to give you, run yards and passing yards and along with touchdowns. And it's been inconsistent, but so is Lamar Jackson. Quite frankly, when you think about
Miami.
it. Oh man. You know what? The 2 biggest games of the season, I did not have Lamar Jackson in the lineup. So he has impacted me in ways I can't describe. I wanted to have him as my quarterback, but you can't bank on him every week, which is the problem. And now you've got
you benched him against Indianapolis earlier this year on Monday night,
where he had like 40 something points
in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it just was because I actually was disappointed already in the first half, feeling like, oh man, he's gonna lay another egg, and then it turned out, but I didn't even play him that one. I had Herbert that week, and so I put him in the lineup. So it's been tough just going along with that one. So you're taking the Colts over the Bills, or you're just going against the line?
I like the line. I like 7.5.
But do you think the Bills will win?
Yes.
Are you willing to put a Carnegie side bet on this one?
Yeah, I'll put a Carnegie side on
All right, cool, man. Then we're going to go with that one because I'm taking the Colts. I believe, unfortunately, I think Jonathan Taylor, which is going to be not good for my fantasy matchup. I think he's going to have a bigger day. The Bills aren't going to be able to stop him. That basically gives Wentz his opportunity when they do that as well.
Jonathan Taylor going to run all over the Infinity Stone.
No, but at the expense of 2 Carnegie side tacos, I'm willing to to take that. Now, they're saying, we've got some first time starters today in today's games, but also Arizona Cardinals, do they not get enough credit with or without Kyler Murray? They continue to move on. Colt McCoy, doesn't matter who's in the lineup. They don't have Hopkins in the lineup, but they keep basically forging ahead, showing that they've got depth and talent.
They do have depth and talent, but you can only do it with Colt McCoy, and now with Colt McCoy's, you can only do that for so long. You need Kyler back.
Right.
You need DeAndre Hopkins back. You need these pieces. Like, they've got other pieces that help. Christian Kirk's a really good receiver.
Really
Rondale
is.
Moore is a fantastic rookie that they're getting some stuff out of. AJ Green has been a solid, like 8
what
points a
steal
week, it
for
feels
what
like.
they got for him to be added to that receiving core.
So, like, they've got weapons at least to kind of weather the storm
right
with the injuries, but that's also the knock on why you've failed to trust Arizona. Can Kyler Murray stay healthy? Because remember, he suffered an ankle injury last year,
right,
that basically left them in ruins.
Right, which is the reason why they're apprehensive about bringing him back too soon, even if he's not 100%, because the escapability is what's part of his strength. And if you can't ensure that he's going to keep himself out of harm's way and do the things he needs to do physically, then you basically neutralize his talent. So that gives me pause a little bit, even if he is in the lineup today. If you've got a better second quarterback option, I think they'll play a much more guarded offense, even if he is playing today.
The thing I will say is James Conner has been a fantasy revelation for the Arizona Cardinals, and is one of the main reasons that they've been able to keep this ship afloat. James Conner has been a monster.
He has, and Big Papi is probably somewhere smiling because he's been an advocate of that.
He's not allowed to smile today.
Yeah,
I'm here.
That's true. Yeah, you definitely did him a favor, man, in making that happen.
And 2 out of 3 weeks I've been. The first time was for him to go to Vegas.
Oh, that's right. And that was like he got like a back call, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm hopping a plane. I'm going to Vegas, man. Who's
Like,
got me?"
I need friends like that.
That's it.
It's like, we're going to Vegas this weekend. Cool,
man. Speaking of hopping a plane, the newly crowned Rock the Mic champion, Tanner Carlson is at the Cowboy Kansas City game. So he's in Kansas City
That
today.
is right.
Big ups to him, and we look forward to bringing him to the Fantasy Gods and having him join the show as well, and share his thoughts and insights as a fellow Maverick fan. That's also pretty cool as well.
There it is.
Yeah, we definitely want that.
You found your common ground.
Oh man,
it was the Cowboys. It was the Mavericks.
Oh man, he was talking about the glory days of Dirk. Man, it was like music to my ears. It's like, who am I listening to? This is great. I want to do something fun when we come back, Pledge. I want to do hot takes for this week, like something that you think is going to happen this week that people aren't anticipating.
Okay.
Whether it be upsets, matchups, breakout games, or whatever. Let's do that when we come back. You are listening to Fantasy Gods on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
At CDW, we get new work environments can bring new distractions.
My kitchen is my new office. It's also home to our new family smoothie machine.
Well, CDW experts can pre-configure Dell Latitude 9000 series laptops with built-in AI that learns how users work to minimize disruptions and help you and your organization stay productive. Ooh, even when life gets messy.
I'll get the hose.
For technology that helps you adapt, trust Dell Technologies and IT Orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Client.
Plan now for the Top Brass Military and Tactical Black Friday sale. It's one day only, Friday, November 26th. Doors will open at 9:30, and the first 25 customers will get a gift card of up to $100. And Top Brass will have doorbuster deals and store-wide discounts all day. Enter to win dozens of raffle prizes, including a Sons of Liberty AR-15, and get a free 5.11 tactical hat or assisted opening pocket knife with qualifying purchases. Top Brass Military and Tactical on 10 and Fredericksburg.
Are you ready for Diamonds Direct's biggest and final store-wide sale of 2021? It's this weekend. 3 days of extra savings store-wide. I'm talking an extra 20% off all earrings, all bracelets, all bands, all pendants, all fashion jewelry. Virtually everything in every case is on sale. Lowest prices of the year. And your last chance for store-wide savings before Christmas. You can't miss this. This is the big one. Details at DiamondsDirect.com. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at Diamonds Direct. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
Hi, I'm Gerald McRaney.
Is there anything you wouldn't do to live longer or feel better? Would you make a few simple changes in your lifestyle if you knew it could save your life? Take cholesterol. A high blood cholesterol level can cause strokes and serious heart disease, but exercise and simple changes in your diet can reduce cholesterol and make you feel better.
For your free booklet, visit the Will Rogers Institute at wrinstitute.org or call toll-free 877-957-7575 and find us on Facebook and Twitter. The Will Rogers Institute, since 1936.
Hey, what's a man to do on a Sunday?
He grooves.
Play a guitar on the MTV. You are listening to the Fantasy Gods. I'm Quinn Hudson along with James Pledger. You're in the first hour, and we've been talking sports, the matchups, the Week 11 ins and outs. I asked you before the break, Pledge, that what's a hot take you got for this week? What's something that people may not be thinking or saying? What's a hot take you got for this week?
I think Saquon Barkley's back this week.
Whoo!
Saquon Barkley's back, and what I mean by Saquon Barkley is back is I mean against that vaunted Tampa Bay rush defense, he goes for over 100.
That's big. That is big because it hasn't been confirmed he's going to play.
Nope.
And I guess if he does play, I doubt that he would be 100% because if he was 100%, you wouldn't be still waiting as a game time decision. So that's big. They would get him in the offense and he still would be productive.
I'll throw a couple of extras out there for you.
Okay.
After his goose egg performance, don't let that disrupt you from throwing Mike Gesicki in your lineup.
Really?
He had 7 targets, no catches, but 7 targets last week.
So he's getting the looks.
He's getting the looks. He's going to rebound. You're going to get double digits from him today. Start Mike Gesicki, and against the horrible, horrible rush defense that the New York Jets is.
Yeah.
While they're starting Joe Flacco, I believe, at quarterback in this game. Myles Gaskin's going to get you in the end zone. He's going to get you double-digit points today.
Nice. That's a good one. I've got the biggest game of the season for Justin Fields.
Oh,
that's my hot take of the day. I believe Justin Fields. First of all, I believe the Ravens defense has basically been playing outside of themselves, barring all the injuries they've endured.
Yep.
They've actually been exceptional with their effort, given how this team has been decimated offensively and defensively. I think Lamar Jackson coming out of the lineup is going to take the wind out of their sails. It's going to walk into now where Fields is going to have this opportunity. He's going to have more pieces, which you mentioned him with Robinson, Mooney. I feel like this is going to be his game.
Montgomery is back.
Yeah, so I feel like he's going to have more of his skilled people in place. Justin Fields is going to shine. I feel like this is going to be his biggest game of the season.
I like it.
Yeah,
Do the
man.
Bears win?
Yes.
Oh,
I take the Bears over the Baltimore Ravens today.
No Lamar Jackson.
No Lamar Jackson. This is right for the taking. I bet you the money line has already changed. I bet you since they've announced that, right?
Probably. I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, they want Lamar Jackson not in. You're going to go ahead and go with it, man. But I'm all for it. Man, I'm excited for these games today. There's some good early games as well.
Texans, Titans.
You and your Texans. But is there anybody on the Texans? If you got a fantasy guy on the Texans, who benefits? Dave
today?
Johnson? No.
You stay away from any running back that Texas own. If you're doing anything, and it's been my thing all year long, it's Brandon Cooks because the ball has to go to somebody.
That's right.
If you want kind of a deep sleep when it comes to Houston and you're struggling for a receiver, I would look at Nico Collins. They're starting to involve him more into the offense since he came back from that week 2 injury to his collarbone. He's been getting more and more targets weekly. Nico Collins is their rookie 3rd round draft pick that they traded back up to get, wide receiver out of Michigan, who took the year off the previous year. So they're starting to try and integrate him more into the lineup. So if you're looking for kind of like a deep sleep and you need a possible receiver, they're going to be behind. So they're going to be playing from behind. They're going to be throwing it. The ball's got to go to somebody. So Cooks is the only relevant fantasy option in Houston. But if you're looking for somebody, I don't know, maybe in a dynasty league, it's somebody you can stash onto your bench for next season, keep an eye on Nico Collins.
Is there anybody that has more pressure today than Baker Mayfield? The Browns are playing the Lions at home.
Do they keep him?
No, I'm not. I get it. You just got, a 5th-year option on there, but he is, to me, he's not the franchise guy. I feel like
but you know what their struggles have been before Baker, right?
Right. I get it. Right. So then you feel
But you can't let that 38 nameplate jersey, you can't let that disrupt you from finding the guy, right?
Agreed. And look at Arizona as an example. Arizona's like, man, look, Kyler Murray's too good to pass up. I get it. We just drafted a quarterback.
Josh Rosen last year, 10th overall.
That's it, man. We make a move. Look at what Miami's doing. Man, talk about Rosen. It seemed like he's like a plague wherever he goes. But
they're not sold on Tua Tagovailoa. That is true.
Right? So teams go all in on that. One could even argue that if Hurts doesn't finish out the season collectively, that
which he has been playing extremely well.
He really has. I think he's demonstrated he's righted that ship and with consistency and basically being a versatile player, showing that they can build that offense the way Baltimore did around Lamar Jackson. If they do that around Hurts, he can shine because you're playing to his strengths. But yeah, I do believe that if you're Cleveland, you're going to look at this, and I feel the pressure. Baker Mayfield has not played well. I get it. He's not 100%, but it is what it is. If you're that guy, we've seen, I know it's not fair to compare him to Tom Brady, but we've seen talented quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers. We've seen franchise quarterbacks, Dak Prescott, even with skill players out, still be able to produce and compete. And I feel like when the guys are out around Baker Mayfield, it's like, what do you expect me to do?
I've said this on a couple of shows now, and the symmetry would just be hysterical to me as Baker is moved on from in Cleveland. And I agree with you. I think they should move on from him too, just because I don't think he's the dude there.
Right.
I just don't. And if he's not your dude, he can keep the seat warm, but you got to keep taking swings at the plate.
Yes. We were talking about hypotheticals. Matt Ryan in Cleveland, are they a better team?
Stefanski is from that Kyle Shanahan tree. And we saw Matt Ryan play some of his best ball when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. So there's the possibility, but I still think that they need a different style of quarterback than Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's too pocket play.
Gotcha.
They like to do the naked boots. They like to roll out. It's part of the Gary Kubiak offense.
True. And we'll see how that plays out as the Lions in Cleveland have an early game as well and see if Baker Mayfield, but he'll definitely feel the heat if he doesn't shine today. Hey, it's been great in that first hour of Fantasy Gods, but we're not done. We're going all the way to 1 o'clock. So get the kickoff, man. Get your game meal ready to go. And we're going to have some fun and we're going to talk some pop culture. We're going to talk about some other things in addition to sports. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250.
How's your cell phone bill? You know, a lot of big carriers overcharge you for unlimited data. They brag about coverage, but that's only if you live in the city. This is Greg Akagi. I've been an agriculture director for over 20 years, and I know what people outside the city need. Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you great 5G coverage for about half of what Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge you. The average family saves over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or save on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With their U.S.-based customer service, I believe in the way Pure Talk treats their customers. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 and say half off.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it.
Well, candles are.
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt, and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
For over 2 centuries, Jim Beam has been bringing people together. Now you can bring them wherever you go with friends and family. Introducing Jim Beam Highballs to go, refreshing and ready for sharing. Their classic highball and Beam and Ginger Highball are made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. They're a new take on a tradition, 7 generations in the making. Find Jim Beam Highballs to go at a store near you. Jim Beam Classic Highball made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, natural flavors, and seltzer water. 5% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2020, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KCDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Michael Jimenez, Quinn Hudson, the Sunday Sports Grill.
What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
I need to fix that.
What happened to that boy?
I need to fix that.
Yeah, you do need to fix that. Welcome, San Antonio, on a Sunday fun day as the NFL Week 11 kicks off. I'm Quinn Hudson.
You need to put Poppy's name on that.
That's it, man. We got to put Big Poppy, who is not in today, but we don't stop this show because in his seat, man, is my man, James Pledger, who's here filling in for us. So blessing us with the show as we go into the second hour of our show. Pledge, what's up?
I'm good, my man. I'm always good.
Feeling good about the games today. We're going to have some fun. The second hour, we're going to talk some football as the kickoffs, the early games start and get underway. Of course, everybody that's listening right now is getting ready for the big game, whether you hate them or you love them. It is the Dallas Cowboys against the Kansas City Chiefs. You got offense.
Wait,
theater.
that's the big game?
Huh? Dang, man. I don't know what else is, man. That might be the only game that everybody watches today. It's going to be exciting. That kickoff is at 3:25. We're going to have fun. I want to talk about some different things while I got you in here, Pledge.
Yep.
I want to think this is the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Or as fat people, we like to call it Thursday.
Oh.
So it's exciting. I want to know, man, because you're a fit guy, right?
I am. But I eat like I am the worst person in the world.
Which is always so... I don't want to hate. I mean, we got fat hate. I don't know if we got fit hate. Do you experience fit hate? Like when you're a fit person, do people like hate you because you're fit?
Yeah.
The fact that you can eat what you want.
Yeah.
You eat bad too. You make bad decisions.
I make horrible decisions.
But then you burn them all off. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
there's
the thing.
a ton of energy.
See, that's the thing. Like every time I know
like
somebody,
I don't even sit still in studio.
You don't stop. You absolutely don't stop. And don't think I know you and Michael Jimenez one time on every commercial break, y'all were doing all of these stuff. And like, I promise you, I'm not. The only curls I'm doing is with this Diet Coke, maybe some tacos on the side. I'm just not about that life. And by the way, I would be out of breath going into the next segment if you had me doing some calisthenics.
Why not? Why?
Look, I
just do a wall sit on the next break.
Man, you realize I live in a world where I got to stretch to stretch. Like when I go to the gym and they're going to have a stretch program, I actually have to stretch before the stretch program because I might hurt myself during the stretch process. I'm on a different level.
I get it, but you got to warm those muscles back up.
Man, speaking of warming the muscles up, you know what? I was contemplating whether or not I was going to share this story, but I'm going to share it with you.
You feel younger.
You haven't heard this story, but I'm going to tell you. I'm full disclosure. This is our Sunday Sports Grill fan. Everybody's listening. Y'all understand, and we got the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines open at 656 ESPN 656-3776. So the other night at the Rock the Mic. By the way, congratulations to Tanner Carlson who won the Rock the Mic championship.
Well done.
At the Rock the Mic party. We were going to have a pop-and shot tournament.
I've got issues with this.
Yes.
I have issues with this.
And we're going to get to that. But here's the thing. We had the tournament. It went down. I'm eliminating people left and right.
Quote
Man.
unquote had the tournament.
Bro, I'm like D3. I'm like the big dude that can shoot threes. I'm like Chuck Person. I'm like the rifleman. I'm knocking them down. I put Minison back. Jason Minix went right back to his seat. He knew he had been done. Then Michael Minix was so disheartened because he talked a good game and he felt so much pressure. He was airballing to the left. Then he overcompensated and airball to the right. I'm knocking everybody out, and then comes Rudy J.
Rudy J.
Rudy J comes up and knocks them all down. Walks off with 13 seconds to spare.
Disrespect
and turns
to handily put you in your place by, I want to say it was like 15, 20 baskets at that point.
Easy. It was done.
To where he's like, look, I ain't going to waste these last 15 seconds and just walk it. The amount of disrespect.
It was bad. And then told me I need to get out more.
That is a bat flip.
And don't call me over here no more.
That is a bat flip running the bases backwards.
Yeah.
Stopping at home plate, taking a knee, pointing up to the sky, and then crawling across home plate. Like the amount of disrespect.
It's Randy Moss in Green Bay on the goalpost. It's Deshaun Jackson sashaying across the end zone line without the ball. It's just all bad. It was so bad that I actually looked around to see who saw what he had just done because I knew I had been done in, and that's how I went. But lost in all that was, I think I pulled a muscle in my back.
And Papa Shot.
Listen, understand, this is about muscle memory. If you don't do this all the time, I got to go all the way back to Diversion's Game Room and Malibu Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I don't do this all the time, so I don't know. Wait, what's
like this motion strained a muscle in your back?
But you know, the repetition of the shot over and over.
What was that from James Conner? I missed that.
James Conner said Iverson stepped over me.
100% Allen Iverson, Ty Lue. Rudy J just like, I'm sorry.
Bro, he Larry Bird goosenecked me in the 3-point shootout, walked off and did it. He did me dirty. I felt bad about it, but since then, 2 days later, every time I move my arm in the motion of the Papa Shot, when I reach up, I feel a tinge in my lower back. I went to sleep with the smell of Blue Rub in the house, man.
Quinn.
I know it. I'm embarrassed to admit that. I'm ashamed.
You should be.
But there's no training for this. Nobody's out there doing Papa Shot repetitions at the gym.
Like, how do you even pull that muscle doing that?
I think it was the intensity of getting the shots up over and over. Mind you, I'm in the 3rd round at this point. So when you think about it, if you do the math on how many, you're a math guy, you're a numbers guy, think of how many shots you take. At the best case scenario, 40% you make these shots. This is what I went through, and I'm playing hurt still today.
I mean, you take 100 swings of golf, you don't hurt yourself.
See, and that's why I'm telling you, man, sometimes I have to stretch before stretching. You know, like in the morning when I get up, before I put my socks on, I have to reach up to the ceiling first, then reach down because I've got to loosen up all muscles.
Oh, Quinn.
I'm in a 2-story house. You know, in the morning, I can't just wake up out of bed and run downstairs. I got to warm the El Camino up in the garage. You know what I mean? I gotta warm things up.
You saw How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yes.
Oh, honey.
You can show me pity.
Oh, honey.
I know it's sad, man. If there was ever a face of you need to get more active, it was the experience of the Papa Shot tournament.
As Rob with his Southern, that is a bless your heart moment.
It is a bless your
heart.
That
is the amount of disrespect that Rudy showed is nothing to the amount of disrespect of pulling a muscle in a game of Papa Shot.
I know it. But if there's any consolation, I came in second.
No, I'm taking umbrage with all of this, by the way.
Because you were not there.
A, I wasn't there.
Right.
B, everybody knew I was coming after work.
This is true.
C, Michael Jimenez
Yes.
I'm invited out. Oh, we're leaving Slackers.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
leaving Slackers. We'll meet you at Dad's Karaoke Bar, where I'm also awesome at that, to which I have yet to see that proof, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So I get to Dad's Karaoke. I'm calling him up. What's up? Oh, we're still at Slackers finishing up this tournament. We'll be over at Dad's in like 5 minutes.
Oh man, so he ensured you weren't going to be there.
Yeah.
He took out the competition without having to go against the competition.
He was trying, because
he thought I was right for the taking.
Here was the actual, if you remember, the actual poll that started all of this.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, who
Jason
they thought
Minix
would
was
win.
not on this because nobody expected him to win that.
Right.
It was
neither
between,
did he.
It was between Rob,
Mm-hmm.
Jimenez,
Yes.
Rudy J,
Yep.
and my name was on that
And I
initial
was no
poll.
mention either. You're right. You're right. So they thought you might be the one that.
No,
could
no,
win.
they didn't think that I won.
Right.
I won that Twitter poll.
Yep. So Michael Jimenez Tanya Hardinged you to make sure that you would not be.
He went
there
full on club at the knee. Robert Galuli.
Meet us at Dad's.
Yeah, meet us at Dad's Karaoke Bar. Oh, we still we finishing some things up here at Slackers. We'll be there in a
I.e.
minute.
the Papa Shot tournament. That's what we're finishing up. Not drinks. We're finishing up the tournament. Don't come. Because you'd have come in and put your score down and you'd have been right and you would have propelled yourself
Guess
right
what?
to the
I
finals.
just would have thrown my quarter in there because you know how long that take? However long's on the clock. Like Rudy J leaving with 13 seconds. I'm leaving with 17.
I would have wanted to see it. I actually want a rematch, man. I have had 2 head-to-heads with Rudy J at different Slacker locations. The other one was with Pong, with beer pong, and he destroyed me on that one.
What was his? Oh, he destroyed you in Pong?
Yes. So I mean,
I remember that one. I came in and started wrecking people.
Oh yeah, and I called him out on that one too because he was holding serve with the other guy, and then I ended up getting torched on that too. So Rudy J not impressed with my my competitive savvy.
Team James undefeated in beer pong.
That's the thing, man. So we don't know when you're gonna be here because Michael Jimenez is making sure you make a left in Albuquerque.
He did, and beer pong became so static because of the static nature of the game. And
Right.
Like the only thing you do is re-racks that can move it.
Right.
We had to crank it up a notch.
Oh, so y'all took it next level.
We had to take it next level. Battleship beer pong.
Oh, what a great idea.
We took styrofoam cutouts. We bought like one of those kiddie pools.
Yes.
And this way, they're floating. They're
I'm-
floating. They're moving. They're not static. It's constantly in motion.
I'm here for that. That is great. What a great concept. I'm all for that. We need to do this.
We
need to
created this.
I never heard of it.
Styrofoam and a kiddie pool.
See, I want to be a part of this the next time you guys coordinate that.
And it got to a point where we took the kiddie pool out. We just started putting it in the pool.
Oh, y'all went to big pool.
We went to big pool.
Oh man, that's creative.
We tried to keep them in like a part of the pool, obviously.
I like it.
Because throwing it like 10 yards, not like really conducive to the game, but
I'm all for, I like it though, man. I'm all for that. I'm gonna try it. And so the next time there's a gathering, put me in one of
Battleship
these
beer pong.
Yeah, I like this. I think I have to adopt this amongst my friends too.
Mhm.
We like home competitive things. You
Mhm.
know, we've been doing things with cornhole. We're looking for something a little different. So this is that'll be the way we're probably gonna do it. Hey, we've got these early games underway. I want to talk about the new
Are
Tom
the Texans
Brady.
down 30 yet?
You're just like, come on, first pick. Come on, first round pick.
I gained a half game last week on the bye as Detroit tied and managed not to lose a game. So I was very excited about that last week.
Yeah, only leave it to Detroit to find creative ways to do those things.
Oh, wow,
to
they're still in this.
stay in the bottom. It's early though. It's early. Tennessee Titans underrated. Are they the
Yes,
best
you
team in
have
the
to say they're
Are they the
underrated.
best team in the AFC?
By their record, yes.
Yes. Against Kansas City, who would you take? Everybody healthy. You taking the Titans? You taking the Chiefs?
Scoreboard, taking the Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs. Just on experience.
Experience is part of it. And I mean, the disrespect is real. And I'm part of the reason of the disrespect. They're 8-2. They've beaten the Ravens. They beat the Rams. They beat the Chiefs earlier this year.
Right.
Like they beat the Bills.
Yeah. So
like,
if this is college, they've got strength of schedule.
They've got a great schedule and they've won all of it. And now they're doing it without Derrick Henry.
So what do they have to do to get the respect?
Winning the playoffs.
So, right. So we've seen this dance of Tennessee showing some potential in regular season. People aren't going to get it. So they're basically the Milwaukee Bucks of the NFL, right?
You got to prove it
until we get to the playoffs and you demonstrate you can take that same energy to the next level on the highest stage, then people just aren't going to buy in on it.
But Danico Autry, I mean, their defensive line's really good. Jeffrey Simmons, like I like the players up front and the pressure they can create.
They can beat you different ways. They got a physicality about them.
But I also don't trust Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I can see that. But he's got the pieces, minus Henry. He's got the pieces to do that. So it makes it worth its while. I'm going to see what the Houston Texans are doing today. We'll work it out.
They
Now,
better be losing.
This is Thanksgiving week, Pledge.
Yes.
So I want to talk about, first of all, like what is the must-haves for Thanksgiving? Okay. And for those listening, we want y'all to chime in too. What traditions on Thanksgiving you feel like, we could probably do away with them, and don't bring up Dallas Cowboys. We're talking about things that you feel that you can do away with.
Why are you taking away the tradition I want to get rid of?
Oh no, that's not. That is as American tradition as the turkey itself. The Dallas Cowboys are part of Thanksgiving. You could take the Detroit Lions out. You can do without them. I don't even think people in Detroit watch the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. That's when they actually make sure they probably eat so they don't upset their stomach because they have to watch that horrible franchise of a team that hasn't been anything since Barry Sanders left. But I digress. When we come back, we will talk about Thanksgiving. We want to have this conversation. What needs to stay? What done? What's your most have? Go. We want to talk about, what's got to stay, what's got to go. And you're listening to the Fantasy Gods Sunday Sports Grill edition on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. One thing is certain, whether you're vaccinated or not, you need an accurate thermometer to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Be vigilant and contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers that have no scientific studies. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code BILL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BILL for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code BILL.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them, and you cannot rely on them. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds have the bold flavors that stand out in the Me Too snack aisle. Sea salt and cracked black pepper, pineapple ancho chili, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to higher flavor levels with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Visit your local H-E-B and SouthernRecipeSmallBatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Alamo Water Softeners is having a Black Friday special until November 27th. Purchase one of their bundles between today and November 27th and receive a free 1-year tune-up on your water softener and a free water heater flush. Jason Minix here. Alamo Water Softeners has water treatment bundles with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment, and they're offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference at alamowatersofteners.com.
Yeah. Sunday fun day. Listening to the Sunday Sports Grill every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm Quinn Hudson along with my man James Pleasure filling in for Brandon Big Poppy Medina. And we're having some fun on this Sunday. It is the week of Thanksgiving. Some people are off for the entire week, which is nice. I'm not that person.
Brandon Big Poppy Medina being one of them.
Yeah, man.
What did he say? He's got like 9 days off.
I know it, man. It's like you won't even want to come back. You won't even want to come back when you have
I
this time
can't do
off.
that.
You
I
can't have
do
that much time off unless
Mm-mm.
you're on a vacation.
Yeah, like I get bored.
But sometimes
I get bored.
But sometimes to do nothing is the something.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
but I can only do that for like a day or two.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like I can't have like 6, 7, 8, 9 days off just doing nothing. I will lose my mind.
Yeah, so then you get restless on that, man. So some early returns on the early games. You've got the Dolphins up by 7 against the Jets.
Jalen Waddle.
That's it, man. And you've got the Carolina Panthers up 7-0 against the Washington football team, who I predicted to win.
Oh.
And it looks like DJ Moore with the receiving touchdown
There
in
it
that
is.
game. One picked the Colts over the Bills. The Colts are up 7-0 against the Bills in the early game. And the 49ers up 3-0 on Jaguars, Lions, and Browns.
Oh, and
And-
we've got some breaking news. Like
Breaking
lots
news.
of breaking news
Go
right
ahead.
now. We've got the Sacramento Kings have fired Luke Walton.
Whoa. That's big.
6-11. So
Oh,
very
man.
early into the season. Also, Dan Mullen out at Florida.
Oh, man.
Florida Gators head coach Dan Mullen out.
Man. So like right now.
So another job.
I got you. So now he doesn't
So
get.
you've got USC.
Yes.
You got LSU.
LSU.
You got Florida.
Yes.
You had Texas Tech.
But you know, but you know what you don't have? You don't have UTSA, baby.
I got UTSA, baby.
That's it, man. UTSA, who's got their coach. We are good, man. That's what we got. But they're making these changes. So what do you think that means, though? You feel like they're going to bring an inside guy, or what do you think?
Here's the thing. How often does it work for a university that's like, I need to get a Florida guy. I need to get a Michigan guy. I need to get... No. You go get the guy that's best for your program. It doesn't matter where they're from.
Right. I mean, realistically.
I've never understood like I need the USC guy at USC. No, you don't.
Right. Everybody at USC or came from USC is not going to be the best coach for the job, right? So sometimes you go out there, but is that how they farm these guys in and we don't bring the best talent? We got somebody on the line?
Yeah, we got somebody on the line.
Oh, yes. Please bring that caller on.
Quinn Hudson, I have a bone to pick with you. Poppy Medina.
Oh, that's funny. You got a bone to pick. I got a Carnegie Sada to pick with you. So come on.
Dude, man, I'm taking a nap on Friday and I wake up and see just to hear you guys just rag on me.
Oh,
Dude,
man. We've got Michael
apologize or
Jimenez.
Feel the wrath.
Yeah. It's all love, man. We know we've got Michael Jimenez on the line calling in. You can hear him every day, Monday through Friday on the halftime.
Hey, his name's still on the show right here.
It is. I mean, he even got his voice. Yeah, he got his name coming up on the Sunday Sports Grill. What is up with that, man? Grill it or chill it. Take Michael's name off. How are you doing today? I
Oh,
heard you had a
I'm
great
doing great, man.
evening.
Dude.
How
I
you
tell
feeling,
what,
buddy?
last night we lived a real life version of, that White Castle movie. What is it called?
Yeah, Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. We were just looking for food, man. It started off with, hey, you know what? Jeff Garcia's in town. Let's go to Mi Tierra. And Mi Tierra is closed. So let's go to the south side, right? Because Jeff is staying over there on the south side. So let's go to Mama Margie's.
It's a lot of Uber costs racking up, man.
Oh, man.
Then we went to Chacho's because Chacho's is always 24/7, right? You know you can always go to Chacho's.
Not anymore.
Chacho's closed.
Oh,
So I
man.
was like, okay, Las Palapas, right next door. That's 24 hours. They said they actually ran out of food. They were like, you can come in, but there's not much to order until 6 a.m.
I thought that only happened at Popeyes. Oh, yeah, Popeyes
They
ran out of chicken
biscuits.
and then we make our way over to Denny's, and by the time I got home, my wife was like, "What time is it?" And I'm like, "It's 4:30 in the morning," which is no.
You'd have thought you'd have been playing Texas
Hey,
Hold'em.
wait, Michael.
Yeah.
Did you show your wife my text message?
I have not yet because she wasn't upset because she knew that I was with Pledger, and for some reason, she loves Pledger so much that I can get away with murder when it comes to going out.
She
It's
probably
so crazy.
She probably was happiest knowing you were with Pledger. The last place you would be Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. First of all, man, you know where I live. I had a choice.
I am so
Either
disappointed in you, Michael.
Either like I wanted Taco Bell. Taco Bell is always the last.
Wait a minute. If you end up at Taco Bell, you wanted Taco Bell. I'll take Circle K random sausage on a rotisserie before I take Taco Bell.
The black one that's been there like for 7 hours.
Yeah, I want the one that's way, way behind us, done cooking.
At midnight, I had a choice between Whataburger and staying in line for 45 minutes or Taco Bell. That's basically what I had in my neighborhood.
45-minute Whataburger. At least you're getting
45
fresh
minutes.
fries.
I'd be like, oh, that's not long.
Well, but here's the thing. Taco Bell's near and dear to my wife's heart. She used to work there growing up, so she's kind of into that Taco Bell vibe. I'm not. It's always last resort. But, man, to wake up Friday to hear Michael Jimenez forgot where he came from, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Poppy went hard
He
on
did
you.
go in. He did go in.
Dial it back. And just the delivery was so good that it hurt.
You know what else hurt, Michael?
What's that?
I'll meet you at Dad's Karaoke after this Papa Shot
Oh,
tournament.
that's cold-blooded, Michael.
Oh,
that's
man.
cold-blooded. You
You know-
purposely tried to eliminate the competition because you felt by having me and Minix and Rudy J, you thought you had the advantage on this.
Well, the great thing about having Minix there is that you couldn't do any worse.
Well,
as bad as my performance was at karaoke that night, that's as bad as
Make
Minix
up
did at
your
Papa Shot.
mind.
Hey man, my set shot is legendary at Kirby Junior High, man. I was a shooter and it was relived on the Papa Shot, but I'm hurt. I actually strained a muscle in my lower back, man, from that Papa Shot tournament.
Hey, Jimenez,
yeah, what's up?
We're having a debate here.
Yes.
Something's got to go from Thanksgiving. What are you getting rid of?
Oh, I've said this before. Detroit Lions football, man. I don't want to see that. And right now, I didn't even realize that the Saints played on Thanksgiving. Did not realize that until like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, Thanksgiving night.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow your team when Trevor Simeon's your quarterback. He's playing catch with Eagles linebackers right now.
Hold on. If the Cowboys can follow the Cowboys when Andy Dalton was at the helm, you can follow your Saints all the way through this.
Don't give me any grief about how the Cowboys were being for Cowboy fans were following the 1-15 teams and the 3-13 teams. They did not. Man. That is. I mean, because we're going to hear stories about how like 3.5 million people were at the UTSA football game yesterday because it was so great. And you kind of want to be part of it.
I said that this morning as I watched a bunch of people leaving the dome.
Oh, yeah.
Of the 147 that were there, all of a sudden I see the fact that everybody's telling the story of like how great it was. I was like, I saw y'all hit the exits after that missed fourth down. Don't lie to me. I was there.
And I'm over here thinking to myself that I shouldn't go to a UTSA football game because one thing has prevented me at one point or another from going to the game And now I kind of feel that if I go, I'll be a jinx.
See,
so
that was my worry. I've gotten past that. I am not the jinx.
I felt this
As
way
a matter
too.
of fact, I stayed through it to purposefully prove, after doing math in my head after that failed fourth down, and immediately look at Rudy and Jay and go, minute 10.
Oh yeah.
over the last couple of months, gone to a Spurs game where they've lost. Went to go visit my daughter at LSU. They lost. Went to go see the Saints.
Yeah, but those are
Superdome,
bad teams.
They lost.
Yeah, that's not you. It's not you. It's them.
Those are bad teams. That's like me saying, yeah, I went to a Texans game and they lost.
Hey, real fast, just to let you know, I'm a big nerd when it comes to the AP Top 25. And whenever the individual ballots come in, I start to read them.
Yep.
So I read a few this morning. All three of them had UTSA up 1 or 2 spots in their individual ballots. So I believe it's released at 1 o'clock right after the show. But I wouldn't be surprised if UTSA jumps to, I think 14 is kind of a lock for me, but it's possible that 13 is it.
Awesome.
That'd be
That's
huge.
amazing.
I also see
Yes.
that another partner in crime has joined the conversation.
Another member of the Hangover crew that was out and about on the city. So Jeff Garcia,
the birthday boy.
Happy birthday, Jeff Garcia. What's up?
I'm on my 3rd glass of water. I downed a few aspirins already by now. Well, here's the thing. Like the moment Pledger showed up last night, very late, by the way.
I explained that.
You explained. You had a good explanation. Understood. But
no, I explained it this morning too on air.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I was like, yeah, I was late. I got there at about 1:30.
Yeah. Well, you came at the perfect time because the bartender started serving us free shots. Remember?
Yep.
They were like, try this, try that. I made this concoction. Try this. That's when I knew, okay, for me personally, it's going downhill.
The cheesecake shot.
The cheesecake shots. I said, this is going to start going down. But another reason why I'm calling is because I got a bone to pick too.
Oh.
Just like Jimenez had a bone to pick with Brandon. I got a bone to pick with Quinn.
Oh!
What? Moi? Jeff,
Yes,
why?
you, Quinn. I know. Come on, Locked On Spurs. I don't get an invite. All right, fine. Pleasure. Can you give me Quinn's information? Sure, Jeff.
Yeah, I got you.
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Texting Quinn for the last week and a half now. Can you come on? I can't. All right. But don't forget about me next time, Jeff. The text later. Hey, Quinn, come on. Oh, I can't do it on this day. What about this day? Okay. Quinn, can you come on this day? Actually, Quinn, you were supposed to come on today. Remember, you were going to come on today later on, and you said, I can't. So, Quinn, I got to ask, or maybe Pleasure, you can tell me. Is Quinn a little bit of a diva here?
Oh yeah,
You got
100.
ghosted.
Oh,
like he's coming in. He wants to be involved, but without being involved.
Wait a minute. This is not true. This is not true. I want to be involved.
I have the receipts.
I read the receipts. He showed me the receipts at the bar yesterday. He showed me
You were
the
getting
tweet,
dragged
the-
last
the-
night, Quinn. Quinn, you weren't
the
there with
text
us, but you were there
messages
in spirit.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm gonna do better, Jeff. You know what? I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna hold this
I'm
L.
gonna study the tape.
I do understand the assignment. I want to be on. So the next one, not today.
Are you gonna bring that heat that you brought Friday morning?
Oh,
or
I
Friday
have-
afternoon?
and by the way, did you hear the blitz, Jeff? Did you hear me
Yeah, I
on
did.
Friday?
I did. I was sitting back in my chair thinking, oh, Quinn needs to do this for Los.
Okay, so you know what? Then I'm just gonna table that energy for that because I am fired up about this. I am so not the team tank for the San Antonio
And you're
Spurs.
dead wrong.
I feel like people are. This is a gross miscalculation with a very good, talented nucleus with the core of the Spurs right now that they could have added perimeter shooting, kept the
How'd you get
veteran
Luka Doncic?
with him, and we got.
I'm sorry,
here's-
what?
The reason why the Maverick. See, you make me stuck. Why you gotta bring up new stuff?
Why don't run a good story with facts?
From his diva moment here, but
Yes.
no, Quinn. Yeah, me and Pleasure, we talked about this last night at 5 in the freaking morning.
Oh, wow. I actually want audio. I would love to hear that one.
No, you
Well,
wouldn't.
It's funny you say that. I told Pledger this last night, and I wish he met us still there later on in the night. I looked at my cell phone and go, Pledger, I wish I hit record. I wish I hit record because this would have been a banger of a Locked On Spurs the whole night we were there. And we talked about, yes, again, Quinn, you weren't there physically with us, but you were there with us in spirit.
Okay.
We did talk about your heat there, about the whole,
Yes.
getting the top 10.
Because I was dragging you.
Yeah, you were getting
I was
dragged last night.
dragging
I don't know how I get drug on that because I was all facts on that. And I get it. I get it. You don't have to be the number one pick. But if the reality is your goal is to tank so you can get a top pick, I was demonstrating that even if you got the top pick, does not ensure you turn your franchise around, does not ensure that you do those things. So sometimes you got to build the greenhouse effect from within.
All right, so
that was
you
my
want to
point.
you want to use stats? Every time the Spurs have had a top pick, scoreboard.
Right. But we know what that roster looked like before Tim Duncan. We know.
I can't
We-
account for the Cavs GM picking Anthony Bennett. Like I can't account for that. But I can account for the Spurs being good at what they do and evaluating talent and taking the best overall player.
Hey Quinn,
I mean, look at the
I'm listening.
The current guys you can see already. With Vassell. Vassell, what was he? 14?
Yes.
12.
Yeah,
12.
something like that.
Okay.
12?
Yep.
Hey,
12?
Quinn, the last 6 times the Spurs are drafted in the top 15. Last 6 times, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Tim Duncan, Devin Vassell, Joshua Primo, and even though it wasn't a draft, but it was a trade on draft day, Kawhi Leonard.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. But the point I was making is in all those cases when they get the number one pick, look at what that roster was that led them to getting that lottery pick.
Yes,
that's not what this roster is.
The roster's there. All they need is the one piece.
But see, what I'm saying though is they are not a bottom tier team now with the current roster they have.
I'm sorry, if you look across the rest of the NBA and those rosters and can compare the rosters, yes, they are.
Of course, you could say that now that you've gotten rid of DeRozan. You can say that. But if you had DeRozan and Keldon and Vassell and a healthy DeJounte Murray and Derek White and Alani Walker, that's not a bad team. Jakob Poeltl should not be a starter. I believe he should be helping with the front court. But if you had brought in a big and got the free agents, you could still have McDermott. You could still go and get another a 3-point shooter and add to the roster. That's the point I'm making with the San Antonio Spurs. You could still be all in. They were a bubble team just like Phoenix and Memphis. They were a bubble team and they went south.
The Spurs had the second most amount of free agent money to spend this year, and the best they could do was McDermott.
The
So
best.
it has to be done by the draft. It has to be done by the draft.
The free agent players aren't.
San Antonio isn't Dallas.
Yeah.
There ain't
Yeah,
enough
Dallas,
flashing lights here for most.
But see, you guys are believing that every free agent is only going to teams that are going to win. I mean,
I don't know. LeBron's got a pretty good track record.
Why
of
did we let
changing
Forbes
teams.
go? Why did we let Bertans go? We always talk about how we got salary cap, but we let players go that fit the system. These guys fit the system. So when we let Bertans go, you telling me we didn't need to have a stretch four? Could we have used him the past couple of years? Absolutely. So Forbes, when he left to go, they didn't want to pay him the money. I get it. Guys, go get your money. But if the Spurs would have paid him, they would have stayed.
Well, I think Forbes took less than we could have gotten in Milwaukee. He came back.
I'll take Paolo Banchero. I'll take Chet Holmgren more than I want to this nucleus right now. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing, Quinn, in this upcoming draft, whether it be this year or whatever, I mean, who has been the franchise number one guaranteed in the past few years? I mean, how rare is that?
It's very
Talk
rare.
about the number one overall pick, like your Tim Duncan number one overall, your David Robinson number one overall, your LeBron James number one overall. I can't recall. And now it's almost like you can get those banger of franchise players at 10.
Correct.
At 13.
That's right.
So I'm looking at drafts coming up, thinking, okay, Chet and Banchero, they look Banchero, excuse me. They look like they're going to be good, but are they franchise altering?
Okay. See, you guys have got me triggered. You got my gout up and everything. And you know we got to pay bills, but we do have Jeff Garcia on the line and Michael Jimenez. And we're going to, if you guys going to stay over, I don't know. But this ain't over. We're going to go to your podcast or wherever. You got me charged up now on a Sunday. But we got to pay bills, so I got to get us out of here on this other side. So we'll see if these guys will be back with us. Y'all, we thank you for listening to us. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. You're listening to the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Diamonds Direct is breaking all the rules this weekend with the biggest and final store-wide sale of the year. 3 days of extra savings. Your final chance before the holidays to save an extra 20% on virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bands, colored gemstones. Huge savings across the board. And the selection is like double with entire designer lines flown in for this event. This is the best pre-holiday buying opportunity ever. Special financing, too. Details at diamondsdirect.com. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys, at the shops at La Cantera.
Owen Ryan here for American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Weather's changing. Short Texas winters are here. Your independent American Standard dealer can keep you toasty until summer returns. Comfort the way you like it.
That's right, Nolan. Go with the pros at Aramendia, the largest independent American Standard air dealer in South Texas. Get your heater checked today for only $79. Aramendia.com.
ARAMENDIA, Aramendia.
License 44766E.
Tired of living with awful joint pain? If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill. Pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Hey, it's James Pledger for San Antonio Sports Star. Don't do it. Not until you check out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion and learn more about natural biologic treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, backs, and hips, and other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in their precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an in-office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You have nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills.
Yes. We're having fun here on a Sunday. Thank y'all for listening in with us. I got Pledger tormenting me by showing me how bad my fantasy lineup is against his today, but I'm still hopeful. Carrying over from our last segment, we still have.
Here's the thing, though.
Jeff Garcia is still online, but go ahead, Pledger.
Here's the thing, though. While you're getting drug in fantasy football, it's because of what you said during Fantasy Gods with Jonathan Taylor as their Indianapolis Colts are currently up 14-0 on the Buffalo Bills, a game you called money line.
I did, and I felt like this was going to be what was going to be necessary. I felt like this is the formula at my expense.
Nico Collins.
Oh, man.
My deep sleep.
And you called it, man. So, and that's an elbow, so he doesn't need the feet.
Nope.
That's going to be good. He carried it all the way through. That's going to be a touchdown for the Texans, who are proving that, you know, it's not effort. It's just talent. That's the Texans' problem. That's all that is. They need a QB. They might need a new coach. I don't know what the case may be, but we're going to do it.
Definitely do.
Jeff, what we were talking about before we went to break was the ridiculousness of this assertion that San Antonio is on the course they need to be. And my pushback is they're on the course
ridiculous.
they didn't have to be.
Well, you know, we're looking at one thing too that's coming this way, and that is the retirement of Popovich. That's going to really change the course of this franchise.
Right.
Say what you want about players, you know, who's going to fill those shoes? That's something they got to look at. Do they go in the family? Do they go outside the family? We don't know. So whoever that new coach will be may have a different style than Popovich has. Thus may alter the target of players this team is going to look for, whether it be in the draft or free agency. Second of all, San Antonio is still going to be that city that, like, you know, you're they're not going to clamor to come. I mean, look at DeMar DeRozan out there saying, "I love Chicago. This is awesome." You know, playing good. Yeah, obviously he's in a good team. He's going to be, you know, putting out those good vibes out. But, you know, he really wasn't like that in San Antonio. You know, so
no, he wasn't.
that's something you got to just look at. It's in San Antonio moves. I mean, this is just something that San Antonio's always had to deal with. As Pledger makes it known every time, there's only been one big name free agent to pick San Antonio, and now he's playing in Brooklyn.
Okay, Jeff. So now I'm really about to become a catalyst on this part of it.
All right,
Okay, we know for a fact Vucevic recruited DeMar DeRozan. He literally is like, we need you, we want you, right?
Yeah.
So you've got
They play together.
Yeah, so you got a pivotal player that's out there recruiting. I never felt that DeRozan, barring, I get it, how he came to San Antonio was by the trade. It was about moving Kawhi for the best offer you could get. I totally understand that. But from the time he got here, the two bones I have to pick with the Spurs organization is how they managed the Kawhi injury. I'm not saying he wasn't injured or wasn't injured. But what I'm saying is when he was injured or claiming to be injured, you had players like Tony Parker saying, I had the same injury. It didn't take me that long. You had,
Tony's was 100 times worse.
Right. I get it. But you heard them basically like bringing into question, and they were saying this publicly. You had Bruce Bowen saying, well, do we know? His people are saying it. Popovich, when they asked about the injury, he was like, I don't know, ask his people. So I felt like there are times when the Spurs have had these players, DeRozan and Kawhi, that they did not demonstrate what it looks like when a franchise is behind a star player. That's my issue. If I'm DeRozan, I never felt like the Spurs were looking at a future with me. It was just about basically what was left on my contract.
Are you truly throwing cold water on the franchise that invented resting players for their future longevity and holding Tim Duncan out of a playoff series because they felt like it would do further damage to his knee? The team that has always been the play it safe team when it comes to injuries.
So let's not conflate the issues. I'm not saying that the San Antonio Spurs have not prioritized the well-being of their players. I'm saying San Antonio, when they've had star players, have not demonstrated publicly the support of said player to show that they were behind them 100%.
Oh, I wholeheartedly
Do you feel like the
disagree
Spurs
with
did that with DeRozan?
They did it with DeRozan, Kawhi, with Tim. Like, if you've noticed, there is a media bubble that surrounds the Spurs.
Yes.
It's to protect Tim Duncan. It's to protect DeMar DeRozan. It's to protect Kawhi Leonard because they don't want to talk to the media. If you've ever seen Kawhi in front of media, he looks like is the worst thing he's ever had to do in his entire life.
Not his strength. I agree.
They actively keep them either out of interviews. They don't force them to do things in public. They don't force them to do anything that they don't want to do.
But I'm actually speaking of the organization, what they're saying. Not necessarily what the players are saying. I'm saying what is the organization?
That is the organization. That's the organization protecting the players.
Right. So when you hear when you hear Popovich speaking on DeRozan, you felt like he was saying, I want him here for the next 4 or 5 years. I don't remember.
He openly said it.
Yes.
All the time.
They wanted to keep DeMar. It just, DeMar said, adios. I don't want to be part of a rebuild. And I don't blame him. I mean, he's in the, I guess the beginning of his peak or maybe the start of the decline. He wants to chase something. I get that.
Okay.
You're going to have it in San Antonio. Now you look at but Quinn, just look at the generations of the history of the Spurs.
Yes.
For when Tim Duncan came, it was media shutdown. I mean, he made it very known. Yes. I don't want to do this.
Very
and
true.
He put that bubble on that. When Kawhi was here, the same thing. Now look at now. Now they're active everywhere. They are social media. They're going to meet up fans. You really think Tim Duncan would have met up with a fan out in the middle of nowhere in San Antonio and signed an autographed jersey? That would have never have happened.
Keldon will.
Yeah. Oh, is that?
Keldon will.
Keldon will. Yeah. Keldon will. DeJounte will. I mean, look at this. They brought in Manu Ginobili to be a player development coach, and now they're out and about touring the east side of San Antonio, going to the south side of San Antonio. It's just the times are changing. But in this current crop, Quinn, they don't have that megastar. Maybe a megastar was here. Maybe he would have been like, man, that ain't for me. I'm going to be in the back. But this is just a bunch of kids right now that are open to that idea of being active and upfront and social media.
Getting their brand out.
Yeah. Brand out there. Yeah. Social media wasn't a big thing. I mean, it wasn't even a thing when the big three were around. It started becoming a thing towards the end of the Big Three era, but it isn't as it is now. And that's why I think the Spurs are a little more open to this. And I think that will help future free agents coming to San Antonio saying, look, we're okay. We're down with this. We're down with you young kids that are going into the draft or free agents right now that are looking to expose your brand. Look what we do with DeJounte. You know, he's good about it. He would, you know, wearing his New Balance gear. And, you know, I've talked to him in the middle of a freaking game, Quinn, you know, during the regular season about his New Balance stuff, and they light up. You know, they just light up. Same thing with, you know, Derek White. He recently got a baby. You know, media down, hey, congratulations. You know, that would never happened. So I think that the Spurs are showing they can go with the flow, be part of this new kids thing they have that may help bring in big players. So that'll be like, okay, you're a big day free agent. Look, we're not vaulted like that. You want to expose your brand, go for it.
And the change is just what he just said. Derek White, congratulations on your new baby. This is awesome. Your wedding, pictures from your wedding.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have even known Tim Duncan had a baby till that thing turned 18.
That's true.
Exactly.
There's okay. Listen,
that's the dichotomy of the organization realizing who its players are and doing what they feel is in those players' best interest and what they want to accomplish.
Okay, so I don't want to diminish that part of it that you guys have described in what the organization does do, that nuance that has shown change to that part of it. I do believe, however, that when the Spurs are talking about, like last year, I know you guys watched the games. There's some games that if I'm DeMar DeRozan, I would have been like, are they coaching to win these games, or are we making fourth quarter things to ensure we don't win games? I felt like they were frustrating
I'm
things.
aware.
So if
you're
DeRozan,
talking about the Marco Bellinelli, Brim Forbes lineups at the end of games,
you already know. So if you're DeRozan and they're talking rebuild, he's not necessarily thinking about talent. He's thinking the organization's intentions is to coach to that rebuild, right? Not necessarily we're trying to be in it to win it every game. And that part of it is because even when they're talking about trades, listen to how people say, oh, we don't want to give up Derek White, or we don't want to give up DeJounte, or we want to keep Keldon, we want to keep Vassell. Why not give up two of these for a superstar? Why not? Because you'd have a superstar paired with two talented young players.
Here's the thing. You ask him again now. I think their tenor has changed on Derek White over the last
4 or
5 weeks.
I agree with that.
Well, but see, that's what frustrates me. You're supposed to make moves when their stock is highest, not lowest. Not when Derek White's doing worse. We didn't do Lamar Aldridge. We waited till we demonstrated he had nothing left. So, Jeff, thank you for getting me all fired up. You got my socks. My socks are tight, man. On Thanksgiving week.
This for Locked On Spurs.
Okay, I gotta go, man. San Antonio Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
America's Diamond offers our 5-year, 60-month financing program every day of the year. You don't have to wait for a sale to get 5-year financing with credit approval, or wait for a sale to get our guaranteed America's Diamond price, because we treat everyone fairly and with respect every day of the year. For almost 40 years, we have designed and created our extraordinary diamond jewelry right here in San Antonio. When you buy at America's Diamond, your money stays in San Antonio. Our whole company is located here and locally owned. Our kids and grandkids go to school here. All 40 of our coworkers live and shop in San Antonio for everything. Through the years, America's Diamond has supported thousands of wonderful charity events in San Antonio. We're the official jeweler of the San Antonio Spurs and of the University of Texas at San Antonio Athletics. See our television program about diamonds and jewelry tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or see it right now at americasdiamond.com.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of Die Hard. America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on Die Hard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
Hello, this is Dr. Mark Havercorn of River City Oral Surgery. We're the practice that upset the industry by publishing all of our prices on our website, rivercityoms.com. We offer tooth extractions, wisdom tooth extractions, dental implants, all-in-4 dental implants for about 25% less than the competition, and all kinds of other face, mouth, and neck surgery. Why else should you come see us? Easy. Because we are easy to talk to, compassionate, and experienced. It's not impossible to get a hold of me. We'll call you back when we say we will. Unlike other places, dental surgeries are not the hardest surgeries I do. We do all-in-4 dental implant cases every week. I'm not sweating your case or pushing my limits. And if you have a complication somewhere else, you're probably going to be referred to an oral surgeon. So why not start with the expert? Call River City Oral Surgery and me, Dr. Havercorn, at 210-778-0002.
Call River City Oral Surgery, 210-778-0002. That's 210-778-0002. Or visit rivercityoms.com.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Quinn?
Oh, this is it, man. I'm charged up, man. You and Jeff.
How's that gout?
That Spurs talk, man. I'm going to have to limp out of here with my back hurting and my left foot swollen. That's what's going on this Sunday Fun Day final edition.
From your sock.
Bone, yes. I'm going to have bone spurs. I'm going to have everything, man. Going out of here, listening to y'all get me charged up. Man, it's been great. Pledge, thanks for filling in for Big Papi, man. It's been fun. Talking
Who you
Spurs.
got today?
Football.
325. Who you got?
I
remember you can catch the Cowboys game right here on San Antonio Sports
That's
Star.
right.
It's 2:30 pregame, 3:30 kickoff.
Pledge. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Wow.
Against my Cowboys today.
Is it the offensive line injuries? Is it the Amari Cooper injury?
I feel it's going to be the inability to stop the Kansas City run game today, and that's going to be the problem with the Cowboys. And I think that's going to be exploited, and they're going to reduce the time of possession with the Cowboys, and that's going to be the Achilles heel.
Wow. I don't disagree with you.
Okay, so this is Thanksgiving week. What is something you must have on your Thanksgiving meal? What's something that you feel Thanksgiving traditions got to go?
It gets a lot of hate. The canned cranberry sauce, I love it. I love it.
Man,
It gets a lot of hate, but
that
I
was the
love
one
it.
thing I said needed to go. I do not want sweet around meat. I don't want anything sweet and gelatin unless it's
It
Jello.
doesn't need to be around it.
Where are you putting it in your dressing, right?
No, I'm eating it separately.
Oh, this is terrible. I don't want no part of that. What has to stay? What's your go-to Thanksgiving?
I love stuffing. Stuffing's fantastic. The turkey is a staple,
Yes.
obviously.
What kind of turkey? Oven cooked,
Yeah.
Cajun, deep fried.
I like all kinds. Like
yeah.
it surprised me. Surprised me with the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Turkey is turkey, man. Me, I gotta have greens. Greens go with everything for me, man.
See, that's my gotta go. Like take your green bean casserole and GTFO.
See, you trying to get me triggered all the way out this door, man. You try to get me.
You take
worked
your
up.
green bean
I
casserole.
want my
and
greens, man.
You put that in a
Listen,
box.
Y'all, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe on the road. Don't listen to Pledge. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 94.5 FM. Thank you.